They ask me, hey, do you gamble? Yes. Very big gambler. Very big gambler. Of being a farmer, you're gamblers. You spend thousands of dollars putting out your sap bush, all equipment here. You spend thousands of dollars of putting your crop in the ground. And again, as I said, Mother Nature, if you don't get water and if you don't get sun, you get cold weather, you just don't get a yield. You just, so that's just part of being a farmer. And yes, I'm a gambler. A maple tree is slow growing. It takes about 30 years to get a maple tree big enough to tap. We got about 2,200 taps. The production today with a vacuum system, we're getting about a liter of syrup per tap for every tap you have. Grandfather came here in 1910. Well, he came out to Picton on the train and walked the farm and decided to buy it. I think at that time it was about $6,000 he paid for it. And we've been here, so this year is 100 years farming here on this farm. Yes, I'm a gambler. We all are when you're farming. It's different from year to year. It's the only way I can explain it.
We're at Vaderdale Farms in Cherry Valley. We're 4 kilometers south of Foster Home Farm across East Lake. Clifford would be my uncle, so it's my mom's brother, and Dean would be a first cousin. What we're using is a Thunderbolt 4x14 oil-fired, and recently in the last 2 years we changed the pans to liter evaporator max pans, which has increased my production. Boiling per hour, I've almost doubled it with the same amount of oil and not changing the amount of oil with the new pans.
So it's okay.
And it varies from year to year. We are putting raw sap in, and this past year it started out at about 40 liters to make 1 liter, and as the season progressed we were getting closer to 45, and then we were up to closer to 50 liters to 1. So the sap was getting a bit weaker towards the end of the season, which is a normal progression at times, especially when it doesn't freeze. During maple season, we do have family that comes and helps. My sister, Noreen Vader, and her daughter, Nicole, will come out and help bottle and label.
I know even we're being told that those people come from Toronto down here and will say that best syrup they've ever had. Now, I don't know.
Once we have enough concentrate made, then we will start to evaporate that concentrate. It's like cattle in a chute. So the liquid is being channeled the way we want it to go back and forth across the evaporator. And as it does that, we evaporate more water off until we get to the final stage where it exits out of the evaporator into a filtering system.
This particular filter is in series. This is a 5-micron filter, and this is a 1. Very seldom do I ever have to change the 1, only at the end of the day.
The syrup, when it exits that filter, is at 1 micron particle size, and it's crystal clear. Some maple operations don't have sugar sand. They don't have niter. But where we are, where we have so much mineral in the soil, I always say that's why the flavor's there. The flavor's there from all that mineral that's in it. My grandfather was the one that taught me how to make syrup, and he'd say to me, the old timers would tell you that if you were filtering a lot of that niter or sugar sand out, was a sign of a good season and really good flavor.
Once Dean takes it off the evaporator into the bottling room, into a stainless steel container that's water jacketed, heated to keep the temperature at 180 degrees. And I have a couple of local ladies here that help me bottle, and they're here very faithfully all the time. We bottled in different size containers from 4 liters to 2 liters, 1 liters, 500 mil, 375, 250s, any size that a customer wants. And we distribute it to different outlets here in the county, and we have our own outlet here at the entrance of the Sandbanks Provincial Park. We go to Belleville Market 3 days a week all summer, so we have different outlets where we dispose of our product. Last year we produced a little over, I think it was 8,212. That's finished product, which is, that's an acceptable crop for us.